Well, I've been storm chasing for the last 8 years and doing an IMAX film on tornadoes. So I created this TIV, this Tornado Intercept Vehicle, to get footage of tornadoes with an IMAX camera. And of course, when you do something, maybe that extravagant, then of course that attracts the TV entities. So a lot of our operations have been shown on the Discovery Channel and Storm Chasers. Cummins has been gracious enough to work on TIV 2. We're going to be chasing this year, and we want it to be as sound and reliable as possible. So for the next month, Cummins is going to be working on this vehicle to really remodifying this vehicle so that it's back to that basic, reliable, strong package. With original TIV, it was a Ford, and every time we'd have like a breakdown and it'd show up at a repair facility, I was always told you should have got a Dodge, the Cummins Diesel engine, you should have gone with that. And after hearing that enough times, when we did our second vehicle, it was getting, of course, the Dodge with the Cummins engine. TIV 1 I created back in 2003, and that was kind of a simplistic vehicle. It was just a basic roll cage with 1/8-inch steel plate attached to it. You don't want winds getting in underneath the vehicle, so it had a very low clearance. Also, it was a two-wheel drive vehicle, so we were constantly getting stuck, down these mud roads. So I wanted to actually upgrade from the original TIV to make a new TIV, something that would be more capable, more powerful, and taking those dirt roads that you often find yourself, in front of, and you're always concerned whether you can take that road and get to the tornado, or if you're going to take that road and end up, stuck in a ditch. So this vehicle was created for that purpose, that we could take more roads and then thus have more opportunity to get close to these tornadoes. So this vehicle changes its shape so that we have a high clearance when we're going down the road, and then when it's time to intercept, the vehicle lowers, we dump airbags, and then we put these panels hydraulically, they go to the ground. And then once these panels are down, then those spikes can be driven into the dirt, and those serve as our anchors. And then of course, when you're inside those winds, you're then relying upon the armor that you have that separates the people inside from what's going on outside. So the swelling here is 2 inches thick of different materials. So it goes aluminum, Kevlar aluminum, then it goes 16-gauge steel, 1/2-inch rubber, 1/2-inch polycarb, 1/2-inch rubber, then another layer of aluminum. So that's kind of our sandwich right here. And then for the windows, this is 2 plies of 1/2-inch polycarbonate for the side windows. And then we have 1.5-inch thick polycarbonate on the front and the rear. So that's kind of the armor package that we have for this vehicle. So this is where I live when things get exciting. This is where I sit when we're doing our chase. I'm operating the IMAX camera from this turret. But in front of us we have, of course, the driver, sits in the driver's seat, and then we have a navigator, who's usually also a meteorologist that's sitting in shotgun. And then to round out our team, we have a support vehicle called Doghouse. So this is a Dodge 2500 that was designed as a camera truck to actually film the TIV when we're chasing. So you can see, of course, the hail damage that a normal vehicle will take and this was just chasing with the TIV for 2 seasons. Cool part of the truck was that the shooter lives back here, and he had his IMAX camera on a little dolly that I designed. So he would dolly out those rear doors and film back out here. And so these panels here could fold down, so he could actually dolly out to this point and get away from the vehicle, kind of like a helicopter mount. So the IMAX camera he'd be using would be dollied out here. He'd be inside the vehicle, kind of canted out as he was filming. And then also, the whole, this awning is designed, of course, to keep the hail and the rain off of the shooter, and to keep water from actually spilling into a shot. I created a gutter system so that the rain collects down the gutters and goes down the piping out underneath the vehicle. So this is actually a gutter spout right here to keep rain from actually pooling into a shot. And actually the water will actually go down this little pipe here, go down here and out underneath the vehicle. So this vehicle was specifically designed to get IMAX shots, you know, of the TIV as it's racing towards the tornado. When this vehicle isn't chasing, we use it to haul the TIV to all these promotional events. So this 2500, you know, Ram with the 5.9 Cummins, you know, hauls the trailer and a 14,000 pound TIV down the road. This year we're going to be going out again with radar trucks as part of the Rotate team led by Dr. Josh Werman, and do a sequel IMAX film to Tornado Alley. The Rotate program has received funding from National Science Foundation to study the lower level wind fields of tornadoes. So they are going to field 3 radar trucks that will be scanning pretty much the tornado itself and as low as they can scan. However, they can't really scan that last, you know, 100 feet. So they have these pod teams that drop pods in the path of the tornado. We are going to re-instrument this vehicle, and we're going to be one of the pod teams to collect data of what those winds are like in front of a tornado, inside the tornado, and then after that tornado passes us. I wanted this Dodge truck, of course, because of the Cummins Diesel engine. When you're out chasing, you want the best possible components you can get, because you're in a situation where you want that reliability. And so that's why, you know, we have a Cummins engine.
You want to discuss the TIV2 work list that we got lined up? Well, as you can see, the power steering pump's on top and the auxiliary compressor pumps down there on the bottom on the driver's side. Those are the two pulleys we need to deal with on trying to get the Fiat noise to go away.
Okay.
The exhaust leak over on this side, I'm not sure if it's the manifold yet or turbo gasket or downpipe. Probably clean up a little bit of the wiring that he's got here under the hood.
Okay. Are we going to reuse the K&N air filter, or you wanting to try and rig up a factory air box again?
That's something we probably give Sean a call. We prefer the factory air box, so we'll have to verify with the owner first.
Okay.
But either way, we need to make sure we get this thing turned around quick, because he needs to be ready for the 2012 tornado season, which is quickly coming upon us.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing all right. How are you?
Oh, good, thank you. I heard you did a lot of stuff.
Yes, we have. We've
Found a lot of surprises.
We have found a lot of surprises, cleaned a lot of things up. We got your hose fixed that was dangling here, so your spike works now. We added the wrap around here to help protect from where it comes out so it doesn't chafe anymore. Added the Cummins logo.
It looks like the nicest part of the truck now.
I don't know about that.
You know I'm going to have to now repaint the vehicle so it looks as nice as the logo.
We completely went through and rebuilt your front axle. Put new U-joints, hub bearings, rotors, calipers, pads. Went through, bled all the brake system out so everything works good. It drives and brakes fine now. Your pads were actually about wore out. So went through, as you can see here, we went through and cleaned up a bunch of your wiring. Found several wires that just kind of went to nothing. We removed all the aftermarket stuff that was on here. Put the engine back to all stock. We added the fan shroud back on here to help with cooling of the engine. I put a new intake on because the other one had the holes for the aftermarket in it. I was able to get you a factory air box reinstalled and help the engine breathe better. Installed a new turbo on it to help with your exhaust leak and your boost issue you were having. We realigned your Fiat assembly, as you heard. It's no longer squealing anymore.
Oh, awesome. It looks incredible now. It really looks, it's a huge relief to see it in this shape. It looks outstanding. It really looks outstanding.
If you want to look here on the front side, shut the hood here so
Oh,
we can
you
see it
guys
a little
put
bit
new
better.
blinkers on.
Your headlights were on the one toggle switch. Your headlights are now on the actual headlight switch on the dash.
They are.
So when you turn the headlight switch on, your headlights come on and your brake lights, your tail lights come on.
Okay.
So everything should, as far as lighting go, function on the factory switches correctly now.
Okay, wow.
I don't know if you want to hop on in here, I can kind of walk you through what I did inside. Again, I just kind of cleaned up a little bit of the wiring stuff. You had the performance box here, I got rid of it totally, and then you had the house light switch to control your air compressors.
Okay, yeah.
I totally did away with that, and I actually have a toggle switch here now that I've labeled.
Okay.
And it comes on. There's a fuse panel. I put a fuse block back by your air compressors that has a main feed going into it, and then it's got 6 fuse places that you can hook additional things into. So there's 2 15-amp fuses in there currently right now with 2 of your air compressors hooked up.
What are you doing for the next 6 weeks?
I'll be working here.
Okay, just checking. There's no crying in the TIV, so we should get out now. We are all ready then. Thank you. Man.
All right.
Sounds great, and acceleration is really nice on it. It's night and day as far as how it sounds and how it's the power is it's getting up to speed quicker. I mean, just all the things under that hood. I mean, it looks fantastic, and it drives fantastic. If you had asked me how long the TIV was going to be around 2 months ago, I'd probably say that this was its last season, but now it's got new legs, so I think this vehicle is going to be around for a while now. I'm really happy that I'm working in conjunction with Cummins, that they're helping with our mission. It's fantastic. We have a vehicle that works better now, and they're great people to work with. So I look forward to, of course, this season of storm chasing and how things unfold in the future.